the Murli of 31st December 1970. And this is one of the first Murlis that I personally, when I was introduced to it, it really brought a deep sense of the feeling that transformation is really very easy. Sometimes, when Baba talks about words like karmati and perfection and stage of Sampuran Pavitrata, everything, sometimes it feels maybe it's a lot of hard work, maybe it's easy, not easy, maybe I'm there, not there. But I really felt that in this Murli, Baba has made transformation very, very easy for us. He has kind of just shared with us what thoughts to hold throughout the day, and these thoughts are the keys to transformation. As we know that every thought is like a seed, and the more that seed is nourished, nurtured, then automatically the tree from it emerges naturally. And I feel that the way to really nurture the seed is through the the attention that we give. And Baba has beautifully captured in this Murli, different thoughts to hold throughout the day. And the more I'm able to just pay attention to these thoughts and just make it like a, sanskar, just make it a habit, then I feel that, the results, the trees, the fruits from it will be seen, very, very, at a very fast pace, I feel. I remember once listening to Brij Mohan Bhai, and he was saying that many times we make a lot of plans for self-transformation, but he said we should just take it one day at a time. And if I'm focusing on one day, living one day at a time, one day in soul consciousness, one day in Baba's remembrance, one day in, whatever I'm doing, invoking Baba at every moment, then just that one day actually is, and that I just keep on repeating it. And that's what spiritual effort is all about. And when I was going through this Murli, I was just reminded of the sharing that how much spiritual effort is really very simple. And it's just about transforming my thoughts and in whatever we are doing. And in the way Baba shared in this Murli, from the time we get up to getting ready, then listening to the Murli, then starting our work, karma yoga, seva, our interactions, and then going to bed and everything. If I just naturally pay attention to that, then the spiritual effort actually becomes so easy and enriching. And a few days back, I was talking to someone, and they were discussing about this beautiful book. It's a Lokik book, but it's very powerful. It's called Atomic Habits. I don't know, maybe some of you may have heard about it, or even some of you may have read it. I didn't get a chance to go through the book, but in essence, the message that it carried was it's like changing one habit or changing one thought at a time has so much power to change our personality, change our destiny. And I felt that in this Murli, that each and every thought, if I just focus on it, it has that power. It's like an atomic habit. That's what I really felt. So we will all maybe go through some of the points of the Murli together. One thing that I also remember that in relation to this Murli is sometime back we were discussing about the art, the word art, A-R-T. And in that, we were discussing A stands for awareness, R stands for realization, and T stands for transformation. And how transformation, the process of transformation, that's what Baba talks about in this Murli. And the first component is awareness. And in this Murli, Baba has really beautifully, highlighted what is it that I need to hold in my awareness. And the spiritual effort is just about holding this thought in my awareness. And when I just hold the thought, then, when I hold it for some time, then go into the depth of it, and then I reach the second stage, which is realization. It's like I've realized it. It's not just a practice. It's not just I'm repeating it, but I'm completely convinced. I'm fully convinced that this is real. That I have full faith that this is the truth. And when I have that realization, then the third step, which is transformation, automatically follows from it. And so in this Murli, I really felt that it just breaks down the spiritual effort in a very easy way, in a very natural way, without us really having to do much, but just focusing on Baba's remembrance, focusing on, the way I listen to Murli, focusing on my karma yoga, doing seva. It's like, I remember that, once we were in Kumar's Bhakti, and we asked, I believe it was, we asked two seniors this question. One was Ramnath Bhai, and the other was Mohini Didi, from New York. And both of them, we asked this question that, now the time is so short, and we all know we have a lot to transform. We all can feel that we have a lot of old sanskars that we need to transform. And in the short time that is remaining, should we focus on, just yoga, or should we, focus on spreading Baba's message, or should we just focus on, just taking it easy, or, what should we really focus on in the remaining time of the confluence age? And, both of them shared very beautifully that they said, can you give more importance to breathing, eating, drinking? What is more important? And the answer is everything is equally important. It's part of a process. So we can't really say that, one thing takes priority over the other, but everything kind of works together, And in this movie, the way Baba describes, the thought, the intention to hold from the moment I get up to the moment I go to bed. This is what really the effort really is, to just make sure that I'm just following that. And if I'm doing it properly, then, I'm in balance, I'm in complete balance. And then that's what I just need to, pay attention to. And I remember here, we have a beautiful picture, and that picture is of all the dadis. I believe it is 80s, late 80s picture, and all of them are sitting together, maybe 50, 60 dadis. And whenever I see that picture, one thing that I notice is from all their faces, it's like the same energy is radiating, the energy of Baba, the energy of God. And when I think what is it that took them to that stage where all of them are equally experiencing and radiating to all of us, then I feel that it is this practice that they have really made them their own, that has allowed them to be who they were. And really following Baba, following Dadis, is in following this timetable of my thoughts that Baba has given. So the thought was maybe all of us have revised this Murli, I think, yesterday or maybe day before, and um, maybe we can just go through the main points of the Murli together. And as we are going through the main points of the Murli, maybe to also, visualize and then really feel that I'm actually living, that particular point, and I'm able to experience it as I'm revising that point. And then towards the end, we can all, maybe share our thoughts, our realizations, our experiences. Um, would that be okay to everyone?
Yes, Surupai.
Okay. So I've tried to capture the main points of the Murli in a few slides. So let me try and share the screen. Can you all see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. So the first point that Baba said was this: as soon as you open your eyes, the first transformation is, I am not this body, but I am a soul. So maybe we can just take a moment and just visualize ourselves as we get up the first thing in the morning, as we open our eyes. The very first thought, which is the basis of my spiritual effort, and this thought, which is the truth. And I realize that I'm not what meets the physical eye. I'm not this body, but I am the soul. I, the soul, I have incarnated from my home of silence, Paramdham. I have entered the physical costume made up of hydrocarbons. And this physical costume is called a body. And I, the soul, I enter this body. This is how I start my day, the very first thought, as soon as I wake up. The second thought, I, this Brahmin soul, have incarnated in order to celebrate a meeting with the Father. So I realize that I, the soul, I have taken 84 births. It's been 5,000 years since I've been on this planet, on this stage, and I've called out to the Father, to Baba, for 63 births, the one whom I've been yearning to meet. And today is the day that I, the soul, am ready to celebrate a meeting with Baba. A meeting of the hearts, a meeting in which I experience closeness to Baba. I get ready to meet Baba. And this feeling of being completely ready to meet Baba is my thought during Amrit Vela. As I forget the consciousness of the body and experience being in Baba's presence, Baba tells me, to whom do I belong? With whom do I have all relationships? From whom do I receive all attainments? And the answer is Baba. I've forgotten the body and I forget all the relations of the body. I realize that I belong, I, the soul, the Brahman soul, I completely, eternally belong to Baba. Everything else, everyone else is temporary. Every other relationship is temporary. The only eternal, the only real relationship is of I, the soul, with Baba. I have all the relationships with Baba. Baba is the saccharine of all the relationships. And I, the soul, I'm lost in Baba's light, in Baba's love. And now, as I get ready, as I prepare to listen to the Murli, I feel that I am a living, most elevated idol, and this is a temple. The body, this body is the living temple of the living idol, and I am decorating the temple. This body is not mine. It is a temple in which I, the living idol, the soul who is loved by Baba, I live. And I'm consciously decorating, cleaning this temple. For many, many births, in ignorance, I had completely forgotten my relationship with the body. And now Baba has given me the truth, the realization that the body is a temple and I, the soul, I am the living idol. This is the right relationship of I, the soul, with the physical body. I visualize myself as this living idol. Then, as I sit in the Murli class with full attention, I feel I'm not an ordinary student, and this is not an ordinary study. But the Father Himself comes every day from the faraway land to teach me directly. This Murli is for me, not for anybody else. I listen to the Murli as if there is no one else sitting, but just Baba and I, the soul. The versions of God are my study. The elevated directions, Srimad of the One who is doubly elevated, are our study. And every word of the study is one that enables me to accumulate an income of multi-millions. Baba is making me, the soul, into a multi-millionaire every single day. And so as I listen to the Murli, every day I have this realization that I'm filling myself up with godly wisdom, with godly truth for the entire cycle. And this study is the foundation of my life. Baba's Murli is what makes me alive. I am a true godly student, Baba's Gopika, who yearns to absorb every single word that Baba shares with me. It not only touches my intellect, but goes straight into my heart. It opens up my heart, awakens me from deep within. So I visualize myself listening to the Murli daily in this consciousness. And now, after the Murli, as I get ready to start my day on the field of service, interacting with many, many souls, performing many different tasks at the center or at home or at work or anywhere, I realize that I am now living a life where I have died alive. That is, Lokik karmic bondages have now finished. I don't have any thought that anything is a karmic account. No, that was an old life. I, the Brahmin soul, I now belong to Baba, and my life belongs to Baba. It is for Baba's service. I have died alive. I am living a life for Baba. I live with Baba. I live for Baba. Everything is around Baba. I visualize myself performing various actions with this consciousness, having died alive. And whenever I have to interact with others, Baba tells me to hold this consciousness. I'm not just someone who interacts, but one who interacts as well as one who does something for the sake of God, Paramarth, for the sake of God. That is, whatever I'm doing it for the sake of godly service. Whatever I'm doing for godly service. Baba is alive. Baba is real in all my interactions. I see Baba as I interact with anyone. Whenever I'm talking to someone, first I'm talking to Baba inside my mind. Whenever I'm listening to someone, I'm even listening to them as what Baba asks me to listen to. Every action is for Baba's sake. And so this consciousness allows me to really get rid of and come above and beyond the karmic story and the karmic connections, and to really be of service to God. Everything is for Baba's service. Even this mind is a conduit for Baba, that Baba can use as an instrument to spread his light and might. Baba says, therefore, in connection with things and material comforts, transform that into feelings of the soul and an attitude free from being attracted. And so, as I use the facilities, the sadhan, I realize that I'm not attracted to anything. The soul is alive. The soul is not asleep. The soul just uses the body without being pulled into it. The soul is completely aware of the truth. I visualize myself using all the facilities of science, technology, everything that I do in this consciousness. Baba says the instruments are just to be used for the sake of it, but it is your spiritual endeavor that is the basis of construction. So do not give importance to the instruments, but instead give importance to the spiritual endeavor. And so as I, the soul, I use the spirit, the instruments, the sadhan. The purpose of sadhana is my priority. Facilities will come, will go, but my real intention is sadhana, my spiritual endeavor for which I have become a Brahmin, for which I have died alive. This is what makes me who I am, my spiritual endeavor. It can only happen once in 84 lives, and that once is now. A very short time is remaining for this spiritual endeavor. And now, as I end the day, I visualize myself. As Baba says, you will sleep in the lap of Baba's remembrance. In your dreams, tour around the world of angels. So transform your dreams and also transform your sleeping. Change everything from the beginning to the end. I visualize myself sleeping in Baba's remembrance. I sleep in the lap of Baba. My dreams are all filled with Baba's love. I only tour around the world of angels. There is no other dream that comes. Everything is around Baba, and I sleep peacefully in Baba's lap as a small child, safe, secure, completely loved. And that's how Baba says to change everything from the beginning to the end. In a moment, I visualize from the moment I get up, open my eyes, I realize I'm not this body, I'm a soul. I, the Brahmin soul, have incarnated in order to celebrate a meeting with Baba. I, the living idol, am seated in this beautiful temple, the body. I'm decorating the temple. Then I'm sitting as a godly student, listening to Baba's Murli. I know that every word of Baba's Murli is for me and only me. Baba is making me. Baba's every word is making me spiritual multimillionaire. Then I realize in my service, field of service, I have died alive. My every action is for the sake of Baba, Paramarat. I realize all the facilities that I use, spiritual endeavor is the priority. I don't get trapped in the web of Maya. I stay aligned with the truth as a karma yogi. And I peacefully sleep in Baba's remembrance, in Baba's lap. That's how I end my day. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, family. So we just went through Baba's beautiful Murli and would like to maybe open up for everyone to share your thoughts, inspirations, insights. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Sarabai.
Om Shanti, sister.
You know, I'm traveling and I'm somewhere a little far, but I just wanted to just listen to what was going on today as I shared. It was such an intoxication for me, the transformation which you really listed from day thing to one. I felt like with somebody I just shared a month ago, like a butterfly, from the cocoon struggling. And then when it comes out, the beautiful, lovely enlightenment which it receives when it enfolds its wings and it flies high in the air. And to me, yes, for me, it was that kind of feeling. When I took the godly knowledge, I felt I had incarnated something, I was born in the womb of the Lord. And when I came out, and then it is time for me to meet. I never even thought I could find God so easily, I felt. And then the meeting, it's just, every day the remembrance, even if it's a second, even if it's a minute, such a beautiful feeling. I don't know how to express it. And that's the real celebration I have, because I feel I found everything everything in one. And I feel I belong to somebody. Otherwise, every belonging on this earth is temporary. Some are snatched away or we go away. The full essence of everything I found. I never even imagined that he would be so close to me. So then the thing which you spoke about, merging in light and might, that was like a shower for me, a spiritual shower. And the beautiful respect which you gave for the body. This body is a temple. You know, when we go to the temple, we remove our shoes out, and then some people, we wash our feet. And that kind of intoxication which runs from the system. So that way you made it feel my soul is like an idol in the temple. Of course, the student life, nothing to say. As I'm saying, I'm a student, that's why I'm sharing it with you. I don't want to miss anything. Lovely sort of by the transformation of the self, transformation with things, transformation with people. Thank you, Baba, for picking me up. Thank you, Baba, for giving me birth. I shall always be with you. I shall return home with you. I'm just outside somewhere, so I thought, let me first share. Om Shanti, brother. Thank you a lot.
Oh, thank you for sharing so heartfelt experience. Thank you.
Shanti. Thank you, Baba. And thank you, Divine Family. And I want to say this complete transformation is about the self transformation. What about the thoughts? So these really have changed my life. And what the elevated thought. I'm always positive and happy and light. So that's a wonderful, Baba. Thank you, giving this blessing and connecting. Om Shanti. Thank you, Divine Family. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, brother. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Before coming to the Gyan, I used to read the scriptures, Hindu scriptures, where various avatars of God is described, and the God incarnates into this world in the Sakar form, and plays Leela with various parts, and in this world. And the deities, they have this longing that they should also experience that and experience how God plays special part, principal part. That I could remember when I read this Murli, and that intoxication I experienced that we have this opportunity. I have incarnated to see Baba playing the part, and see him in every relationship, experience him, and his presence, Baba's presence in every act, every relationship, every role. Baba is there, and I have come specially to have a milan with Baba, to meet him. That's a very that's an intoxication which really gives me a great feeling. I wanted to share this. And second part is that the transformation means that Baba is focusing on the changing of the form from the body consciousness to the soul consciousness. So that is the very first thought is very powerful. It transforms that I am not this body, I am a soul. I am a soul, And I have incarnated and come to this world. Now everything is got now transformed. The way I look, the way I have experienced relationships, the way I belong to the material world, the way I belong, that the way I am learning, the way I am receiving attainments, experiences, everything is transformed now. So that is a great, Baba has given us this knowledge and to be applied practically. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, brother. I like the point that Baba slap. See, when a child is having some problem or anything, it will search. The child will search for the mother. Once she goes and sleep on mother's lap, she forgets everything, whatever the difficulty may be. She'll forget. She will not speak anything, but just go and sleep. She will not express her feelings, nothing. But she'll go and sleep on mother's lap. She'll forget everything. Same way at the whole day after the hectic work of the whole day, at night when we go and sleep on Baba's lap, we become very light. We will not know what problem we had that day. We forget everything. So I love this point and I experience this every day. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, sister. Shanti.
Om Shanti, brother. Some time later, and as I was growing up, I realized that God is there, but I do not really believe that He has this form of hands, four hands, and with a big eye. I really wondered that there is some energy in the universe that helps us. But later, as I came into Gyan, I understood that we are also of the same nature. So the very first slide that you portrayed, that as soon as we get up, we have to realize that I'm a soul. See yourself as a soul. I realize that that is the first step to come to connection with Baba. That's the first step to come into a stage of yoga. So this is a very nice take-home point, that first I have to tell to myself that I am a soul, not a body, and then the connection would be established very soon. So it's again comes to that level of contentedness that I have received my title, my identity, and that everything is achieved.
Om Shanti. Another point which touched me is that do not forget the livelihood of the soul while livelihood of the body. Om Shanti.
Right. Yeah. Very true.
Point of the Murli that touched me while I was conducting yesterday was how to connect with Lokik relationships and how to be free from bondages. Baba says, don't consider Lokik relationships as bondages, but consider them as an opportunity for you to do service. And then he further speaks about in this Murli that whether you consider anybody as a bad soul or a sinful soul, do not get into that thought process. Just serve them. Have the thoughts of benevolence and perform your karma by serving them. And then he says, the more challenging, that's what was my interpretation, the most challenging, tough relationships that you go through and you sail through is the place to stand to for a soul to elevate and grow and get oneself ready to be a part of the kingdom in the golden age. So that's the whole conversation that Baba's done in this Murli is something touched me as to how to manage connections and relationships.
Right. Very nice. Thank you.
Om Shanti Bhaiji. Uh, it's like while performing our duties or the profession, like I feel I'm an employer of the God, or the God's companion who have chosen me to transform the world. Like I'm in a world of chaos, and I need to be changing the world through my thoughts, through my attitude. So that way I transform my work every day.
Very nice. Yeah. Thank you.
I like this also, this point also, brother. Whatever I do it with karmic account as a duty, not as an attachment. Because once we get attached, whatever it may be, let it be a father, mother, husband, wife, everything, it one day it comes to an end. So I keep only Baba in my life, and I do it as a service to them, not getting attached. So this point also I love very much.
Right.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti, brother. I like the point that Papa said. I am not an ordinary student, and this is not an ordinary study. So these murlis that we get from Baba is actually making us very powerful, and it helps us to remain, who really we are, and also give us a lot of, power to sail through the whole problems that we have on that day, and will also give us a experience when we are living through the day, right? We'll have the feeling that I'm different from others. So this Baba's Murli is actually decorating us, or equipping us with all the powers that we need to conquer all the situation throughout the day that we come across. So really thankful to Baba for giving that. Thank you. Thank you.
Very nice.
Om Shanti. Is my voice audible?
Yes,
Yes.
Satnam.
Thank you. Om Shanti. I just wanted to say that Baba, through his Murlis, always tells us that there are various vidhis. Vidhi se siddhi. So this whole Murli, in a very simplified way, Baba has given us how to make our life free from all the bondages, how easily we can stay connected with Baba and experience liberation in life in the confluence age. So that is Bandhan Mukt, Yog Yukt, and Jivan Mukt. And one more point that Baba has explained in the Murli, that we begin the day by reminding us that I am a soul and not a body. And I have incarnated to meet Baba. Now, this very first thought that we have early in the morning at Amrit Vela, this not only sets the speed for the day, but it also kind of in a very simplified way tells us the essence of my purpose on life on earth, the whole cycle, the purpose of the whole cycle, because this is the only time that I'm able to experience meeting God. Otherwise, in all the otherwise at Paramdham, even if I'm with Baba, I'm not able to experience that. So this is the time when I have to experience the meeting with Baba, and that from the beginning of the day, I get remind myself of what is the purpose and how I have to go about it. How important this time is. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Shanti. Very nice.
Om Shanti, Bhaiji. When I am in relationship for service while playing a role, I am detached from the bodily beings. I am attached to Baba. The service, basically, it's a godly service. So I am detached from the bodily beings, means I am detached from the expectations from them. I no more have any expectations from the bodily beings. I am having and neither any expectation for any attainment from bodily beings. Unconditional. I am unconditional in love, peace, happiness. I'm not expecting these from any bodily beings. I'm a giver, because all these expectations and attainments are from one Baba. So that's I think, the meaning of relationship for service while playing a role in this world. Om Shanti.
Right. Very nice.
Om Shanti, brother. When we interact with others, keep Baba as your companion. So when you keep Baba as your companion, you will interact he will guide us to interact correctly. So what we are, sometimes we wanted to say something, but it will end up in something else, and the ill feelings will be there. So to avoid all this, keep God as a company. So he will guide you what you have to interact with them. So that relationship will go for a long time. Thank you, brother.
And one more thing which I've been experiencing recently. Earlier, I used to experience God as in any one role at a time. Either he could be a father. When I used to go out from home, I used to take drishti from him. He's my father, I'm his child. And then when I go to class, some Lokik training or something, then I consider him as a trainer, and I get a good training from him. And then when I need certain, focus, concentration, I assume Baba as a Sadguru. He's giving me power of purity and connection with him. But now I'm experiencing that all three in one, we can experience him at the same time, same moment. He's father also, teacher also, and Sadguru also. So this teacher part is very crucial, because it gives me power to check and change. And Sadguru, whatever I have changed, to sustain it forever, Avinashi, Sadguru role is also important. And father, because I have the right to his Varsa, to the Varsa. So I think these three can be experienced at the same time. Whether you could highlight on this a little bit more. Om Shanti.
Can you say that again? Bhai?
I just needed a clarification whether I'm right on this. We can experience the relationship, these three basic relationship: Father, Supreme Father, Supreme Teacher, and Supreme Sadguru, in a single moment. All these three experiences, and how do we, apply it practically? Om Shanti.
Baba often says that these three are the main relationships that we have: father, teacher, Sadguru. And Baba also says that Baba is the saccharine of all relationships. And so I feel that when I, as the soul, completely connect to Baba in Paramdham and lost in Baba's love, at that moment, it's as if, the soul experiences the essence, the saccharine of all relationships in that moment. It's as if the entire DNA of God is transferred to the soul. And then the soul feels completely full. And then, as per the situation, whenever the time comes, the soul experiences Baba as the father, teacher, Sadguru, or any other relationship. It automatically emerges. But the basis is the experience of Baba in the seed form as the saccharine of all relationships.
Thank you, Vaidhi. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, brother. For this relationship, I would like to share my experience, brother. Once I went to the doctor for checkup. They found out something very serious and they asked me to come the next day for scanning. And they told, bring somebody from the house. So I don't have anyone, I'm staying alone. So that night I had a disturbed sleep. But then I went and spoke to Baba. Baba, you're coming with me tomorrow for the testing and you are the doctor for me. You're testing me and you're telling me the result. And same when I was talking to Baba like this, one Mataji called me and told, tomorrow is your testing, you're going for the test. I said, yes. Then he said, take Baba with you. I was just locking the door and I'm talking to Baba. I'm telling Baba, you're holding my hand, I'm holding your hand. And I'm talking to him as if he is present personally. And I heard this call coming. And then I went next day for the testing. They test me and told nothing is there. You are completely normal. So this experience I had because I took him as my father, my brother, who it is all the relationship. I said, you are my all relationship, you're coming with me. So that is the result I got the next day. Thank you, brother.
Very nice. Thank you.
That gives me that answer also, that all relationships, if they merge in one, and that feeling which Bhaiji said, that the saccharine of all relationship, the essence of all relationship. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Rakiben, should we close with some remembrance?
Yes, Bharatam.
So let's take our hearts to Baba. As we feel Baba's love, Baba's presence. In silence, I absorb Baba's presence and Baba's love. Baba has prepared me for the day as I begin the day in his loving remembrance. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Sarupai. It was just like taking a dip in the ocean and finding the treasure. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, have a wonderful day. Om Shanti.